Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new here. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We try to do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. And we've got over 970 of these available for your listening pleasure now. Also, if you are a pro wrestling fan, I have a channel with over nearly 2,000 options there as well. But if you're just looking for coaching, we could do that too. In any event, please feel free to reach out. A couple ways to do that at PO Perception on Twitter and or the About Me section of this YouTube page will get you in touch with me or a member of my team, and then we can go from there. Make the rest of 2021 and 2022 the best year of your life. So, the kind of what we're looking at here is extended depression or signs that your mind may be breaking down a bit on you in a way that you do not want. So, first is certainly having apathy towards situation. So, apathy is a consistent lack of passion, drive, or emotional connection to your situation, circumstances, environment, or other parts of self. This can go on for days, weeks, or even months. And when it goes on for more than a couple of weeks at most, but usually more than a week is when we start to get overwhelmed and worry a little bit because it's a sign that we don't have one of our basic needs, one of our six basic human needs or more being met. And so that can cause a number of challenges, problems, and hardships. It doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't good things there. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't snap out of it eventually or come back to yourself. When I say snap out of it, I do not mean to trivialize in any way the struggle that one is going through, but it is almost a snap moment. Changing one's perspective can happen in a split second, therefore, snapping out of it is more about how quickly things can shift as opposed to an indictment of the difficulty that a person has in dealing with these challenges. The next is disassociation or disconnection. So the lack of desire for social connection and or feelings of disconnection around certain events, challenges, difficulties, and the like can also be a major problem. It can cause a number of difficulties for a variety of reasons for most people, and it's not necessarily a good or a bad thing to be disconnected sometimes. Obviously, if we're overwhelmed, having a moment where we, don't really feel like being bothered or feel like being disconnected from the world for a minute isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, when we continually feel that way for several weeks or months at a time, it can be hard to get back into any sort of social connective and or a better quality of life. The next thing there is mood swings. So if you are rapidly cycling through moods, both happiness to sadness, anger to despair, but rapid cycling through moves several times in a day, several times in a week, this can be a sign that you are about to go into a breakdown level, and that can certainly give you a lot of reason for, you know, connectedness, a lot of reason for frustration, and a lot of reason to feel like you don't necessarily belong where you are or you're dealing with something that's you're in over your head on. The next is withdrawal from social activities in general, whether that be time with friends, time with a partner, time with family, whether that be things that you previously enjoyed, even something as simple as a television show or other emotional factor can be too much to deal with for a number of reasons, and this can lead to any number of social isolation problems that ultimately take you down a path you don't necessarily want to go. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't come out of it, but it does indicate that you're kind of fighting an uphill battle. The next thing to look at there is lack of self-care, whether that be not eating well, not taking time to drink appropriately, not taking time to do whatever it is that you need to do to take proper care of yourself. This is a sign of major challenges as it relates to kind of getting to a level of, higher importance for your own benefit, finding a way to get where you need to be in a more meaningful and longer term fashion If you don't have the time to or the desire to do something simple like make sure you look nice, brush your teeth, take a shower, whatever that is, it's a sign that you're literally on an overload cycle, and getting some degree of help can be necessary and beneficial. So hopefully this is helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.